We are live. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, release team. It is week 3 of the Kubernetes 117 release. The date is Monday, October 7. This is your reminder that the Kubernetes community operates under a code of conduct. Please be kind to each other. Let's do our best work together. And without further ado, let's get started with this meeting. I have a couple of housekeeping items first off. There have been a couple of inquiries over the weekend for the shadows that haven't been added to the Google group yet. Please do let me know if you haven't gotten a meeting invite. I'm uncertain. I can just resend a calendar invite if that's what it takes. Next, I also added a 6 Scalability update to the notes. I will do the review on that and coordinate, and Elena will coordinate with 6 Scalability over the release. Because all of 6 Scalability's leads are in Europe, they said that this particular meeting wouldn't necessarily work for them, but they will give us a weekly update in written form, and if things escalate, we can do a face-to-face.
We should still have the monthly face-to-face.
You talk to them. Yeah, I don't know who agreed to the monthly face-to-face, but when I talked to the leads, that was the first they heard about it. So
the SIG chairs agreed to I will talk to them about it.
Yeah, so I may not have gotten, they may have thought that I was talking about something else, so let's just make sure that our communications are all in a row. Perhaps you could CC me when you talk to them.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, great, thank you. Okay, with that, do we have a note taker? I can attempt to take notes while we do this, because most of the talking is done by you all. Oh, Claire, thank you so much. Yay. Please put your name in the attendance list. And with that, let's get started with enhancements. That should be exciting.
It is indeed. We're just one day more than a week out from the enhancements freeze. Right now we are in, I would say, yellow. We are tracking 45 with a fairly even spread across the 3 different states, with 16 alpha, 14 beta, and 16 stable. 12 of those, however, are at risk for either not having a KEP or missing some criteria like a test plan or in a provisional state. There's been a little bit of activity sort of across the board on them, but we'll just be keeping things up to date in the sheet.
Is there anything that we can help you with? Any particular SIGs that we should attend a SIG meeting and send gentle reminders?
It's actually pretty evenly spread across the board, honestly.
All right. Let's think after the meeting, okay, and make a list, and then we can divide and conquer.
Okay.
All right. Any questions for Bob? Thanks, Bob. Let's go on to CI Signal with Daniel.
Hey, everyone. This is my first meeting. I'm a shadow on CI Signal, so it's nice to see everyone. Elena wasn't able to report here, and it's pretty similar to last week, and most of the issues that were brought up have been followed up on, and a couple of them we're continuing to monitoring. One thing that I wanted to make sure to point out is I know there's been a lot of alerts on these GCE cost jobs, and so there's a PR out there to move those to informing dashboards from blocking. So if you have any thoughts on that, then feel free to give that a review. I think it required some updates to the generated test, so that it's taking a little while to get feedback from other people, but hopefully we can get some less noise on those alerts that everyone's been receiving.
Daniel, I approve of that, and I will poke Catherine to take a look at the updates to the generated test today.
Okay, thanks so much.
Cool, thanks.
Thanks, Daniel. Thanks, Stephen. Somebody is, I think it's Roger, is not muted. If you could make sure you're muted, because there's a bit of typing. Thank you. All right, let's see. So I have only seen those the GCE COS tests failing over the weekend. Is that accurate?
They
Yeah.
have consistently failed. Or rather, sorry,
Right. Yes.
they.
No, I'm aware. Sorry, interrupted.
Those are the only ones that ping us fairly frequently. The cause start tests, and this is across multiple cycles. So.
Very cool. All right. Sounds like CI Signal's doing great so far, which is nice. Bug triage.
Hello, Josiah here for Bug Triage. So things are still looking good. It's still early in the release for us. We have 66 open non-flake issues for 1.17. That's up 21 issues from last week. We had 4 critical urgent issues pop up in the last week. They look okay. They don't look bad, but it's still early in the release for us, again, to be concerned about that. And we have an increase of 7 up to 24 important soon issues. Similar story for PRs. We have, although it's decreased, we have now 52 open PRs for 1.17. We don't have any critical urgent PRs open, but there are PRs that are connected to the critical urgent issues at the moment. And we have 27 important soon PRs. So, and 72 open issues, which includes tests and flakes. Yeah, again, it's still being early in the release for us. We're not concerned about this, so we're green. Next week, we plan on beginning to ping stale issues. And this week, we're going to sort out milestone maintainer permissions and org access and so on. So that's it for Bug Triage.
Awesome. Sounds good. Any questions for Bug Triage? Great. Let's talk about docs. Damini.
Hello, everyone. I hope I'm audible. So we just formed our team last week, and then we have 2 of our shadows on the call. So I invite Paul to introduce first. Paul, if you're on call.
Yes, hello. I'm Paul Burt. I previously worked at CoreOS and Red Hat, and I'm currently at NetApp. And I'll be joining and learning from Damini on the docs side.
Thank you, Paul. And we also have Vineet on the call. Vineet, would you like to quickly introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, my name is Vineet. I was working as a shadow for 1.16 for docs, and then I'm again continuing to work as a shadow for 1.17. Yes, looking forward to work with you all.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, I'm super happy to have you all on the team. So we just had our first discussion, like we shared some of the onboarding material with the team, and then we'll be scheduling our first team meeting this week. And yeah, that's the update so far from docs.
Welcome to the docs team. Yay, so glad to have you on board. And thanks for the update, Damini. I think things are going to get exciting in just a week or so. So looking forward to hearing about that. Release notes.
Happy Monday, everyone. So start off with a fun announcement. We had a little bit of a staffing change last week. We now have Eddie on the team. See him down there waving. So we're really excited to have him, and Yeah, everything's looking good otherwise. We got our first PR in for the release notes draft last night, so that's it for this week. We'll keep on trucking along, and if anyone has any questions, feel free to ping me or let me know.
So one question I have, is it possible today to generate release notes for arbitrary repos that are not just Kubernetes? If not, can we make that a target for 117? I've got a bunch of people asking about that.
Okay, I'll have to double check. I can't remember where we left it last cycle. I know that came up a couple times, but I don't know if we actually tested it.
Yeah, so there are a few repos like the cluster API people who are like generating their own release notes, and I'm like, we have a tool for this in release. Like, why are we not using it everywhere?
Yeah.
So I'd like to get to that point by the end of 117 if we can.
Yeah. Okay, I'll make some inquiries and see where we're at with that.
Thank you.
No problem. My pleasure.
Yeah, I really like that initiative. Thanks so much. Let's see, I lost focus right here. Next, comms with David. Thanks, Chris.
I think David can't participate today. My name is Max. I'm Shadow, fresh to the group. I missed last week a little bit my introduction, so yeah, first time that I'm Shadow overall. We have also some further shadows to introduce. So maybe you can introduce first the other forks before coming to the update. Karen, can you please give a short intro?
Yes, please.
Hi, everyone. This is Karen. I work at Microsoft. I'm the community manager for the upstream open source team, and I'm actually returning as a shadow. I was a shadow on the 1.16 team. So hello again.
Thank you, Karen. I hope Roger is also on the line.
I am indeed. My name is Roger Clarice. I am product manager at SUSE for SUSEcast platform, which is our Kubernetes distro. And happy to be adding to our upstream more efforts.
Thank you, Roger. And we have another shadow, Imran, but I'm not sure if he's there. Doesn't look like. All right. Then from our side, some updates, not really major updates at the current stage. We plan to review the release notes this week and also to speak to the enhancements to get a better overview of what's going on.
Awesome. Thank you, and welcome to all three of you. Great to have you on board. Thanks for giving the update. All right, so we have release branch management updates with Stephen.
Hey everyone, Stephen Augustus here. Your dutiful branch manager for 117. So we cut a alpha.1 last week, and the next one will be on October 15th. Nothing too crazy going on. Everything looks reasonable based on CI signal so far. So let me know if you have any questions about the branch management stuff. Happy to help.
Thanks, Stephen. Next, we have Emeritus Lead update with Claire.
Hey, everyone. So last week, all shadows were finalized. So welcome to all shadows. We're very excited to have you here. This week and next, I've set up a couple of shadow orientation sessions. If you are a shadow, hopefully you got 2 calendar invites, one for this Wednesday at 7 a.m. Pacific, and one for next Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific. And please let me know if neither of these times work for you. Time zones are very tricky, and if there's enough people that can't make either, I will try to find a third time slot. Yeah, and that's my update for the week.
Awesome. Thank you, Claire. And just as a reminder to all the shadows, including my own, if you have any questions or concerns, please, please, please feel free to reach out to your leads or anyone on the team and ask, hey, how are we going to, I have this question. It's, we are all happy to help, and we're here to help each other. So thanks again so much, Claire, for making this all possible. Next are my updates, and this week are this week we actually have a little bit of a breather. The next deadline is that the release notes draft will get started on next week, October 8th, on Tuesday. And wait, whoa, I'm so sorry, I'm a week behind. That is tomorrow, Tuesday, October 8th. Enhancements freeze is what is next week, which we already know from Bob. The same day, we are also going to attempt to release the 117 Alpha 2 branch. And those are the next upcoming things. So it will all be about beginning release notes and enhancements freeze this week. So it should be an exciting week. And that is all I have on updates. We have a note from SIG Scalability, and there is an issue that we need to follow. So if somebody from CI Signal can put that on their list of things to watch. They linked it and as a potential release blocker. So let's investigate and keep an eye on it. It's really good to have early notice of these things. Then, is there anything that we haven't mentioned that needs to be mentioned? Anything somebody needs to talk about, get clarity on? With that, I am going to walk the board because we haven't done that so far, and it's looking pretty clean, but we just want to make sure. Okay. Top of the in progress column, we are having release retrospective action items, and it's looking a little bit sad. So if everyone who was part of the retrospective could please take a look and update, redo, follow up on their items, that would be amazing. Who is working on documenting membership criteria?
Looks like Lockie.
I am. I have that.
Fabulous.
Trying to get to it this week.
Thank you.
And the next one too. Halo Precious. Yep.
Awesome. I will go ahead and check on this issue and probably close it, given that we have a full team on board. I'm so glad we're walking this, you all. All right, backporting fixes and defining exceptions for non-supported releases. This has come up a few times. Does anyone have a little bit more context on this?
Would you mind popping that one open? Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna say that we
This is the one I PR'd. You were talking about finding a better location, Stephen.
Okay. Is that on me right now?
if you scroll down to the very bottom, you'll see that, yeah, there's the adding the doc, the very last PR there.
Okay. I'm clicking to that doc.
I think, yeah, right below that,
Down.
very bottom, the adding in doc. Go and click on that, please.
Is that the PR he's talking about, though?
Yep.
Yes.
And then also forgot that Tim also commented on potentially involving with some other efforts there.
Okay, so that's something we probably should have discussed at the last SIG meeting that just happened, but we can take a peek at that. Can you also assign myself and Tim to the other issue? Not that issue,
yep.
the issue. Yeah.
Let's see. I can do the thing. I have never been this excited to use a UI before, you all. There we go. Awesome. Thanks for following up on that. This is mine, I think. No, not entirely.
Looks
This
like
is
you and Lucky.
We, yeah, we'll continue to hack on that.
Yeah, I think this is a little bit blocked because wasn't this the one where we were going to have a glossary for release terms?
Yeah.
Yes. But where do we put it? It sounds like from Marky that the some of the contributor guide, I think it should be in the contributor guide area, and some of that is being refactored as well.
Yeah, that is entirely possible. I think I can. Yeah, that sounds basically my wheelhouse. So I need to work on this. Adjusting PR boilerplate. Okay, yes, I know there's been a lot of work and then everyone had a lot of comments and then it halted.
So I wonder if this is the comments about having a primary SIG label as well as a kind deprecation thing, or that was closed.
To capture primary SIG, yep, there's this one. And deprecation note.
Can you add me as an assignee on this too as well?
To both of these?
Assignee.
Yep.
Yeah, because I don't think that, you know, in terms of the deprecation note, we need it to be a separate note. It should probably just be the release note. And my thought is having a kind deprecation label instead. So it's easier to filter those.
Yeah, that's right. I had a bunch of comments on the actual wording and we probably just have to poke a few people as well.
All
Okay,
right, cool.
Great. Implement release blocking job criteria. This is somewhat related to our GCE noise, if I'm not entirely mistaken.
I'm currently working on that one.
Fantastic.
And trying to loop in the new CI signal team on all the things to consider.
Can we descope some of the assignees on that one then? It's George, it's probably you and just you and Josh working on this right now, right?
Cool, let's get, well, can I not? Nope. All right.
Pinky in the brain, but it's Kubernetes.
Unclick. Wait, Josh.
Leave Josh, take off Tim, yep. And take yourself off.
Yeah, there we go. Fantastic.
All right.
Okay.
Should help wanted be removed from that too?
Sorry?
Should help wanted be removed from that too?
Yes, good catch. If it's there, yeah.
Should what?
We can let's sweep the help wanteds later because it looks like a few of these issues are targeted with the help wanted but have assignees. So let's go through that later. We can do that async.
Good call. Add information about what qualifies for a milestone.
Lovely description, Stephen.
Add more milestone info into the release doc. This has also been a month ago. I'm sensing a theme here. I think like everyone was working on this until the last release, and then everyone was scrambling. Wait, new things.
I mean, that's usually what happens once we hit once we hit a turnover on the release team, the issues freeze up.
Well, I think priorities change and people focus on other things, so it's good to reel it back in. I'm making fun comments as well. This is good. This is good. Add more milestone info. Okay. So
what did I say on this one?
This is good to you.
Oh, I left a comment that probably stalled it. Ooh.
Let's see. So here's the thing. I'm going to leave this open and I'm going to see exactly what it is. My sense is that because this is a doc rather than something that's immediately directly user-facing, we can probably go ahead and merge it.
What kind of doc is it, though? Where is it landing? Because it may be user-facing.
It's landing in Devel.
Okay. I think before it lands, it needs to be as correct as it can be. So I think I'm already signed on it. I'll look over it again.
Cool. Yeah. So. Sounds good. Then to do, try splitting release schedule out of release lead playbook. This is a little bit related to the to having a glossary of release terms as well. But also I'm a little unclear because, well, let's take a look. It's not in the release lead playbook. Oh, we have a schedule.
Yeah, just saying that some of the timeline is only captured in the release lead handbook.
Some of it, yeah, maybe.
Like timeline specifics. There might be things that are only in the release team lead handbook that are not explicitly documented elsewhere. So making that documentation more visible.
Yeah, I think I can go through it and add it to the top level. And yeah, I can go through this. It makes sense that I am assigned to this. I was unclear because I was like, well, but we have a schedule in a table on top of the 117 folder. So, all right. Process and criteria by which we decide that informing failures are tolerable. This is related, I believe, to...
It is related to the thing about the release blocking criteria. I think it's
right here.
That is linked to it. So that one is also work in progress.
Cool. So we can move this to in progress. Whoops,
yes.
Can we make sure that these two are linked to each other?
Absolutely.
That'd be great. And same thing here, right? Decide on procedure for jobs entering and leaving blocking, this one?
Yes, possibly. Really, yeah, essentially related.
Yeah. Shall we leave that in to do for now?
Yeah, we'll discuss. I was planning to actually discuss it with Steven, SIG release and the CI signal lead to actually see what we can start doing. But yeah,
I would sooner swap those two. Deciding what the informing criteria, like how tolerable that is going to be harder to do than deciding how we kick things out of blocking.
Yeah, absolutely. But the other one, I already started some conversations and some documentation for that one. But the other one, I was also planning to start tackling it sometime this week.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. So let's put this one in progress. Let's leave this one here and check in next week. We have some backlog, automation for tracking spreadsheets.
This is in progress-ish. Bob, where are we?
The enhancements one is in a pretty good place now. As far as the others, I took a little look at the bug triage one, but that one looked pretty good. I haven't looked at any others.
Can I give you this one to own?
Sure.
Cool, because I think we have some probably stale owners on this one at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's actually just go ahead and, okay, let's take me off. Actually, you can leave me on. I'm actually really curious about that. I'm leaving SIG leads on.
Take Tim off, take
Very
Nico
cool.
off. Yeah, that should be fine.
Do you want to be on it, Stephen?
No, that's fine. I'm watching all of this stuff anyway.
Very cool. So it's just me and Bob. Awesome. And handling the exceptions YAML files. What is this?
It's another deviously described issue where we have an exceptions.yaml, but we don't do anything with it. Should we do stuff with it? If so, what is that stuff? I haven't till now I haven't thought of something that would be super useful for that to do.
It sounds like a pretty great backlog.
Yeah. but also it's been backlogged since it's been opened essentially. So is it something that we actually care about doing? And since it was opened at the beginning of the year, right? Like if it's something we don't, it sounds like maybe we don't care about doing it. If that's the case, let's just close it out.
Okay.
Assign it to me. I'll doodle some words on it.
And should I remove?
Yeah, pull Kenny off.
There you go. Awesome. That looks like pretty good scrubbing on the board. I would love to see some of these issues moving to done by next week.
So one more thing, can we go to add items and make sure that
nothing is in.
Add new cards. Yeah. So is open, can you do area release team label :area/release team?
Oops. Oh God, I can type in front of people. I think it's in quotes, right?
I don't think it needs to be, but quotes to be safe. No, area/release team.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay, and just drag those in.
This one's in progress. I guess that's a PR though. So
Yeah. So all PR should be in progress unless they're being reviewed. Okay. Release notes draft. Yeah, I think that's in review right now, actually. That is that one. The second one. I mean, the top one is release engineering, so you can leave that out. And and that one's release engineering too. Can you actually click into those and pull the release team labels from them?
Yep. Nope. Where is it? These engineering roles. Cool.
And yeah, okay.
Let's hit that. Speaking of this board, can somebody please file an issue with what came up in the meeting today with regards to release notes automation in other repositories?
Yeah, Chris, can you handle that and tag me on it and tag it as release engineering, since we should be discussing that in the release engineering meeting and not here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Sounds good.
It doesn't actually need to go on this board. Fantastic. How do I stop sharing? I have to find the Zoom. Nope. This is really fun. Haha, there it is. Awesome. Very cool. All right. Thank you all for walking the board with me. I really appreciate it. And yeah, let's get some of those items moving. Assign your shadows. Let them help you. And with that, I sense a lot of expecting silence. So let's have all 20 minutes of our Monday morning, afternoon, evening back. And thanks everyone, great work. See you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.